Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank ADI for organizing such a great event and for inviting me to speak at this session. Basically, during this session, what I will... Okay, here it is. I will talk to you about how EVS is helping sports clubs to engage their fans and create a whole new exciting experience within a stadium environment. But just a few words before about who we are and what we do. EVS is specialized in technology that enables the production and delivery of live enriched video programming. We basically design and manufacture video servers that are used by broadcasters, OB facilities, studio production companies, but increasingly by sports federations and sports clubs. In fact, EVS invented the first live replay, tapeless live replay system back in 1994, and has ever since. We've been basically developing practical solutions for live sports coverage. As a result, we have a community of over 7,000 operators in the world that are using our technology some way or the other. And not just for sports highlights, live slow motion replays, but also for news reporting, but to keep archives, and as well as flight testing. Just last month, EVS celebrated its 20th anniversary, so we've been in the business for some time now. And basically, EVS today represents almost 500 employees in over 21 offices and selling to over 1,000 customers worldwide. It's also 4 divisions with each of its R&D team developing market-led solutions in different areas where video programming is necessary. But enough said about EVS. Let's talk about the consumerization of media and how that's affecting today's connected sports fan. Basically, with the combination of smart devices and the rapid spread of fast broadband connectivity, we are changing the way we are consuming media. Basically, people now are consuming media not just for their on-the-go lifestyles, but also as a primary entertainment device. And as a result to that, basically, you have people that are taking more in charge of what they want to see. So there's a shift in power, and there's a shift from traditional to personalized media as well. A good illustration of this is during the Papal conclave in 2005 compared to the one in 2013. As you can see, in 2005, there were only a few handheld devices, whereas in 2013, it seems that we've all become, somewhere or the other, a connected citizen. Social media engagement has also made its way into our daily lives to the point where connectivity has become some sort of addiction. Then there is the abundance of media content. We are recording media all the time, and with even more and more cameras. But basically, in the end, a lot of that content is never aired or televised. Which means that you're losing somehow the value that you could get out of that content. If you take a football match, for example, with 18 cameras, each recording or capturing 90 minutes of content, For every 90 minutes of televised content, you have about 26.5 hours of content that is never used, which in the end is quite a waste. And if you think about the value or the impact that such footage can have, well, if you take the example of the 2006 FIFA World Cup, when Zidane gave a headbutt to the Italian striker Materazzi, basically there was some confusion in the beginning because it was very difficult to find the footage because only one camera in the whole stadium had captured the moment. Can you imagine if that hadn't been used or captured? In the end, if you are able to provide exclusive content that hasn't necessarily been televised with content that's personally relevant to your customers or your audiences, what you're going to do is basically have new revenue streams such as subscription fees or ad or scholarship deals, but you're also providing more choice to your audience. At EVS, we've developed a platform called CCast in response to these different evolutions. And basically what CCast allows is for content owners to maximize the value of their media. Now, how does it work? Basically, CCast is a platform that connects on-site TV production to content owners through a web-based platform so that you can aggregate content and then deliver it onto a connected device. Who benefits? Well, there are different stakeholders involved. You have off-site production teams that want to collaborate in the production and want to have access to the content that you're recording on your servers at the venue. You have the aggregate partners, which would be the press, but also sponsors, officials, and of course sports federations and clubs that want to have access to the production feeds. And then you have the final viewer, which is generally the sports fan with his connected device that wants to have exclusive content. Some early adopters. CCast was launched in 2012, and as you can see here, there are quite a few customers that have responded favorably and have been using CCast essentially for second screen content during live sports coverage. However, there is one customer that decided to use CCast for a new application and within their stadium facilities. This customer is Sporting Kansas City, a Major League Soccer club that was founded in 1995 and that recently moved into a whole new stadium with a capacity of 18,500 seats, which is called Sporting Park. Excuse me, I just need some water. So basically, and that's sort of what we were just hearing earlier today in the debate, there is a dilemma going on. And Sporting Kansas City was sort of interested in finding out whether their fans are really interested in having some sort of connectivity within the stadium, and also have been paying attention to the dilemma that connected fans are facing today, which is, do I watch the football match at home with all the convenience that it brings and the ability to multitask, which is increasingly important, and especially for the younger generations, or do I watch the game from the stadium? but with the limitations and costs that implies if you have poor connectivity. They also wanted to get the opinion of the fans and to see how important it was to have access to video within the stadium during a live match. And as you can see from these different statistics, and also Xavier mentioned it a little bit earlier, there is an impressive and a significant amount of fans that are interested in having some way or the other video within the stadium. So what they did is they worked with different partners. They basically worked with Cisco to implement a Wi-Fi infrastructure that was robust. And they also worked with Sporting Innovations, which is a subsidiary of the same group, so Kansas City, Sporting Kansas City. And Sporting Innovations helped them to design a team web app. So basically, this application is called Euphoria, and it was really designed for the fan so that he can have access to content during the match within the stadium and even outside on his own network. And basically, you could get social interaction, but you could also do some gaming. You could have mobile ticketing, and it also allows what they call the playback function, which is somewhere where we're involved, and that is having access to live replays. So here, it's just to show you that the content basically is captured on the cameras and is in the OB trucks, but also stored in the servers that they have in their control room. So they are using the Wi-Fi infrastructure as well as the existing live production infrastructure that they have, and integrating it with CCast so that they can deliver content that's captured during a live match onto the smart devices. How does it work? Basically, just seconds after an action, a key action has taken place, it goes through a whole workflow, which I will explain to you shortly, and it is published on the timeline of the application. Once it's published, you have access to different cameras so that you can choose the angle that you want to see the replay in, which can be quite convenient if you're a fan that's easily distracted and you miss the goal, or if you are the type of fan that has to see the action again and again, and then, of course, from a different angle than from your seat in the stadium. So in terms of the workflow and how it works, as I said, you have different cameras within the stadiums that capture the action. All the camera feeds are recorded on EVS servers at the venue. And we have what we call a CCast agent, which is a one-rack unit hardware that communicates with the EVS servers and which transfers the video clips that are generated during the live production with associated metadata. So that's basically descriptive keywords to sort of help you to understand what you are going to view. That is sent onto the CCast Central, which is a web server up in the cloud, and which aggregates the video clips with third-party items such as graphics, or statistics or even surveys. And that is then sent off to the application Euphoria, where then the final consumer, the connected fan, can have access to the images that are going through the timeline, which I showed you just before. This was tested a few times at the beginning of the 2013 season. After a few tests on some test groups, Sporting Kansas City felt, okay, we're ready. And they launched the application to all of its fans in July 13th of 2013. And the response has been quite positive. Unfortunately, I don't have any key figures with me here today, but all I can say is that the customer has been quite happy. So we're happy in the end as well. Just to wrap up, EVS or Sporting Kansas City used the CCast for the first time in a stadium environment. That was the first time that a customer of ours used CCast for that. However, we do have other technology that is used in over 100 stadiums worldwide. And with that, I would like to thank you for your attention.